Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, a hearty welcome from VMC. I am Deepak and I'll be taking you through the BITSAT test, BITSAT logical reasoning session today. And as you must have known, what is the paper pattern of BITSAT, English as well as logical reasoning. So I'll be taking part of logical reasoning. The last 2 days have been for English and now today is the turn of logical reasoning session, right? Now, logical reasoning as such has a weightage. The whole logical reasoning session is divided into basically two parts, right? First part is obviously the verbal reasoning and second part is obviously the non-verbal reasoning, right? If you see the paper pattern and if you closely notice it, then you will find that the majority of the questions are from the verbal reasoning session, right? So in today's session as well as tomorrow's session as well, what I am going to focus is today's session will be entirely dedicated to the verbal reasoning session and tomorrow partially verbal, partially non-verbal. By verbal and non-verbal, what do we mean by that? So there can be two kinds of demonstrating the facts, right? दो तरह से हम facts को demonstrate कर सकते हैं, right? First by writing in form of letters or numbers or everything, that constitutes the verbal reasoning, right? But if beyond, there is a world beyond letters, that is diagrams, figures, those things constitute the non-verbal reasoning, right? The logic is same, whether it's verbal or non-verbal, the logic is same, the only difference being the approach that you do to the questions, right? Comparatively, from my personal experience, I can say that the non-verbal reasoning are a little bit tricky to attempt, because if you get the logic, it's over. If you don't get it, then it becomes, then don't linger on it, right? Leave the question, go to the next question, right? That is not the case with the verbal reasoning. If you think over a little bit, you will get the questions, right? So the logical reasoning session number 1 today, what are the topics that we are going to do? In totality, I have written all the topics in front of you. The topics are basically series, coding, decoding, blood relation, direction, sitting arrangement, analytical reasoning, cubes and dice, clocks and calendars, and non-verbal reasoning. Out of this, some parts I am going to do it today, right? The serial numbers 7, 8 and 9, they will be done tomorrow, right? They will be done tomorrow. A very good afternoon to Shreyash and Max Legends. Who is this? I don't know, but yes, Shreyash, good afternoon everybody. And so as I told you, 1 to 6 is the sessions reserved for today. 7, 8, 9 will take precedence tomorrow, right? So without wasting much time, let's proceed to the first topic of reasoning, verbal reasoning, which is the series part, right? So what do we mean by series? How do you define a series? Now, series questions are basically a set of numbers or alphabets, or combination of letters and alphabets, which is written in such a way that they form a pattern, and based on that pattern you have to tell what will be the next term, right? I am going to give you questions on that, right? But basically these are the types of series, okay? Types of series are basically number series, right? Number series, alphabetic series and alphanumeric series. So when I say of number series, if I write a very simple number, say 1, 3, 5, 7, if I write it, what is the next term? It will be 9. So this is a number series. I am giving very simple examples, right? The moment you do questions, you will understand. The questions are not that simple. It's just a way of understanding. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, this constitutes the number series. Alphabet series, if I write the series to be say A, C, E, G, I, what is the next term after I? You are finding a difference of 2 here. So C, then E, then G, then I, then K is the next term. So this is an alphabet series. When the series consists of numbers as well as alphabets, they constitute the alphanumeric series. Like if I give you a very simple example, A1, B3, C5, G8, I7, K9, what will be the next term? So here you are following, the logic is same. I have combined the previous two questions and then I have written this question here in front of you. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, this is the number, so the number will be 11, and obviously K, A, B, sorry, it will be C3, it will be C3 here, then E5, then G8, then I9, then K11. So what is the next term? 13, and the next K, and then it will be M13, right? So this constitutes the alpha numeric series. Okay. Now, what are the kinds of questions which are asked in the series part? That we should be very much clear. Okay. What are the various kinds of questions which are asked in the series? So there are three types of questions basically: next term, missing term, and wrong term. I'll explain you this in the next page. So what do you mean by next term? Now, given the fact that there is a series here, the questions can be of something like this. If I give you a series, say 1, 4, then 5, then 9, then 14, right? Then 23, then what is the next term after that? So if I put a question mark over here, this series is a question on next term, right? This series is a question on next term, right? Because here I am putting a question mark here. So if you closely notice here, first term is 1, second term is 4, third term is 5, fourth term is 9, right? So if you are seeing, the third term is a combination of first two terms, 1 and 4. So 1 plus 4 is 5, right? Then 4 plus 5 is 9, 5 plus 9 is 14, 9 plus 14 is 23, 23 plus 14 will be, the next term will be 37. So the next term will be 37. Clear? Right? This is a question on next term. Now instead of this, I can put this series to be 1, 4, 5, 9, 14, 23, 37. Obviously, what will be the next term? I'm waiting for answers. What is the next term after 37? Please tell me. From the responses, you can type in your answers in the chat. I'm following the chat as well. What will the next term after 37? What will be the next term after 37? Okay, so if you see over here, 4 plus 5 is 9, 5 plus 9 is 14, right? 14 plus 9 is 23. So the third term is a combination of the previous two terms. So fourth term is a combination of previous second and third. Fifth is a combination of third and fourth, something like this. So the next term will be 37 plus 23 is 60. Now instead of what I can do is, if I can erase this term and I can put a question mark over here, right? And I can put a question mark over here as well. Instead of 37, I put a question mark over here, right? So what will be the two terms? And then you will be given options, right? So the level of difficulty is slightly increasing. Okay, so then this is the question of missing term. This is a question of missing term. Clear? Right? The next kind of question after this will be the wrong term. So what I will do is, if I put a term to be, say 1, 4, 5, 10, okay, 14, and then say 24, okay, and then I put 37 and then 60. If I put a term like this and then I put the question, now this seems to be a little bit difficult. Which is the wrong term? There can be two kinds of questions here. Which is the wrong term? And then you will be given 4 options. You have to accordingly mark the options. So here in this case, there are 2 wrong terms here. So 9 and 24, because 4 plus 5 is 9, 5 plus 9 is 14, 14 plus 9 is 23. So there are 2 wrong terms here. So there can be a single wrong term, and the question will be asked, if by one wrong term is there, what is that wrong term? The second kind of question is, how many wrong terms are there? Options will be 1, B option will be 2, C option will be more than 2, and D option will be series is correct. There is no wrong term. Clear or not? This is what this series now. So if you notice here, the third kind of question is the toughest one. Next term, missing term, wrong term. Wrong term is the toughest kind of question, right? But I can guarantee, or I can say with a reasonable degree of confidence, the questions will be mostly from the next term and missing term, right? There are 15 marks dedicated, so you can very well imagine that there will not be too much complexities in the BITSAT logical reasoning section, okay? But if you look at the difficulty level, then the wrong term questions are the toughest ones. Missing term and next term nikal bhi jayega. If you maneuver a little bit, then nikal bhi jayega. But the wrong term questions are the toughest ones. So this is a question on wrong term. This can be in the form of alphabets. This can be in the form of alphanumeric series, and so on and so forth, right? So this is the question on wrong term. Okay. So 3 kinds of series and 3 patterns of questions on missing term, next term, and wrong term. Okay. So now I am putting up a question in front of you. I request you to answer me, and then I will be putting up some ready-made questions which I have collected from various sources for your BITSAT logical reasoning session. Okay, let's have a question in front of you, and let me see how many of you can get this question. I am putting up a series in front of you. Tell me what will be the series. Okay, the question is 6, then 15, then 35, 77, 143, right? 143. What will be the next term? I am putting a very simple question. What will be the next term? Your options are 195, B option is 221, C option is 187, and D option is say 209. So what will be the next term? I am eagerly awaiting your responses. What will be the next term in this series? 6, 15, 35, 77, 143. What is the next term? Now, the logic can be a little bit tough to understand. The series can be various types. Okay. This is a straightforward series where you have to crack the logic within each term, because if you are seeing over here, this comes by experience, by the way. If you see over here, if you add the terms, if you find a pattern, here is a pattern of +9, then there is a pattern of +20, then there is a pattern of +42, nothing is following up, right? So if you are wondering in your mind ki bhai whether I can do this question by addition, then addition also has to follow a pattern. That pattern is getting disturbed over here. Okay, so this is not happening. Okay, what will come by, what will be the next term? If you see over here, can we do so by multiplication? Can we do so by multiplication? If you can, let me see if anybody can try this. Eagerly waiting for your responses. Okay, so there can be 2 ways of attacking these kind of questions. One is by following a pattern of addition or subtraction. The second is if you can find anything in multiplication types. If the series is such that each term is a combination of multiplicative terms which follow a pattern. Is this happening over here? That you have to judge. Okay, so see it over here. See the beauty of this series. This is again a good question, we can say, a tough one but good question. Okay, but these kind of questions can be expected. You cannot, you are not expected to get questions 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Then what is the next term? Is it 11? This kind of questions will not be happening. This is just for understanding purpose. Questions like this might come. Okay, so if you see over here, then what is happening? 6, 15, 35, 77, 143. Now let's see the terms. 6 can be written as 2 into 3, right? 15 can be written as 3 into 5. 35 can be written as 5 into 7. 77 can be written as 7 into 11, right? So do the multiplication. Now don't think too much, just write the multiplication types, okay? And then you will notice the pattern that yes, something is happening over here. 143 can be written as 11 into 13. Here you are seeing 2 into 3. So this is a group of prime numbers. 3 into 5. This is also a group of prime numbers. Next prime number. So 2 into 3, then 3 into 5, then 5 into 7. Now here, the moment you see 7 into 9 is not happening, now you are clear that no, it is not a case of odd numbers. It's a case of prime numbers. So 7 and 11. 7, if the question would have been simple, then it would have been written as 7 into 9. But it is 7 to 11, which means 5 into 7 is a prime number. Then 7 into 11 is a prime number. 11 is a prime number. Next term kya hoga? It is 11 into 13. Then after 13, what will the next term? It will be 13 into 17, because 15 is not a prime number. So it's a collection of prime numbers, multiplication of prime numbers, and hence the answer for this question is 221. So answer for this question is 221. Okay. So here this will come by experience. The more you try, the more you get conversed with these kind of questions, the more experienced you will become in tackling these kind of questions. The series can be a combination of series. It can be a universal single series. What do I mean by that? I'll give you questions, then only you will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's go straight to the questions now. Now see this question in front of you. What is the missing number in the following series? Tell me. See the series over here. The moment you see that there are two fives over here, which means this is not a straight case series, there can be a series within a series, right? What is happening over here? So scratch your brains a little bit and then try this question. You'll enjoy solving this. What is the next term? What is the missing number in the following series, right? In fact, what is the next term? Find the next number in the following series. What is the next number? Think a little bit. Okay. What is the next number in the following series? So it will be, if you see over here, 3, 5, 7. So if you see the series, 3 है, then 5 है, then 7 है, then 9 है. देखो एक series ये हो गई 3, 5, 7, 9. एक तो ये series हो गया. Okay. दूसरा series ये है कि 5 मैं अलग से लिखता हूँ. It is 5, 19, 41 and then question mark. So there are two series within this series. Okay. 3, 5, 7, 9 और इसके बाद यहाँ पे होगा 11. राइट लेकिन 5, 19, 41 इसमें एक पैटर्न बन रही है. ओके व्हाट इज दैट पैटर्न? इफ यू सी दिस ओवर हियर, इट्स अ स्ट्रेट केस पैटर्न. 5 में 14 ऐड कर दो तो होता है 19, 19 में 41 ऐड कर दो तो होता है 22. क्लियर? 41 में कितना ऐड करेंगे? बिकॉज दिस एडिशन ऑल्सो इज फॉलोइंग ए पैटर्न ऑफ +8. सो अगर मैं +8 ऐड करूं तो कितना होता है? 30. 41 + 30 इज हाउ मच? व्हाट इज 41 + 30? इट इज 71. So the answer for this question is A option, which is 71. Clear or not? So the answer for this question is 71. Okay, right? So the answer for this question. Can we move on to the next question series? I will not take too much time on each subtopic because there are a number of subtopics that we are going to discuss today, right? 6 subtopics at least we can discuss. Follow the next question now. What is the next? What is the next question? Now this has 5 options. Think a little bit. 12, 7, 9, 22, 96. What is the next term? Twelve, 7, 9, 22, 96. What's the next term? Think a little bit. What is the next term? Now here you are seeing 12 has decreased to 7, 7 has increased to 9. From 9 there is a drastic jump of, and it goes to 22. 9 से jump होता है और सीधा 22 पे पहुंच जाता है. 22 के बाद एक बहुत बड़ा jump होता है, which means there is a case of multiplication. ये आएगी again experience, right? First जो जा रही है it is addition, then it is a multiplication. अब हम कैसे करें? How do we approach this question? What should we do? What should we do here? Okay, थोड़ा ध्यान से देखते हैं. कभी कभी सीरीज जो होती है वो थोड़ी कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ सीरीज होती है, एंड कॉम्बिनेशन में भी जो होता है, जैसा मैंने अभी आपसे कहा है, इट इज अ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ मल्टीप्लीकेशन एज वेल एज एडिशन. सो देन, और देखो आंसर्स भी देखो, इट इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी ड्रास्टिक इंक्रीज ओवर है, विच मीन्स एक मल्टीप्लीकेशन का एलिमेंट तो है, प्रीवियस टर्म का इस टर्म से मल्टीप्लीकेशन. अब मल्टीप्लीकेशन अगर होनी है ये तो हम श्योर है, तो फिर ये कम कैसे गई, विच मीन्स मल्टीप्लीकेशन जो है वो एक से कम से मल्टीप्लाई है. तो 12 को 0.5 से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, कितना होता है? 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 12 into 0.5 is 6, right? And 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, 7 into 1 and plus 2 is 9. अब देखो यहाँ पे बात जम रही है, isn't it? Now can anybody tell me what is the answer? Then 9 into 2 plus 4 is equal to 22. Clear or not? 9 into 2 plus 4. तो देखो पॉइंट मल्टीप्लीकेशन हो रही है 0.5 से, मल्टीप्लीकेशन हो रही है 0.5 से, फिर 1 से, फिर 2 से, और एडिशन जो हो रही है वो हो रही है 1, फिर 2, फिर 4. तो श्योरली अगला जो होगा वो 8 एडिशन होगा, राइट? और मल्टीप्लाई जो होगा वो 4 होगा. So 22 into 4 plus 8 is how much? It is 96. अब बात जम गई, वेरी इजी नाउ. अब हम क्या करेंगे? 96 into 8 plus 16. 96 into 8 कितना होता है? 96 into 8 is 768. 768 plus 8 कितना होता है? It is 760. 68 plus 16 is 784. So the answer for this question is 784. Is the answer. This is the questions on number series is all about. Okay, कुछ और questions हम देते हैं. Let me give you, now this is a very simple one. Please try this question. This is a case of missing term. Okay, think a little bit. ये क्वेश्चन बहुत आसान है, प्लीज डू दिस क्वेश्चन. 784 होगा, सिली मिस्टेक मत करना प्लीज. What is the next? What is the answer for this one? नंबर सीरीज का क्वेश्चन है, प्लीज जल्दी बताओ. We'll have to move to next one as well, next topic after this series. What is the answer for this question? Very easy, yes. बहुत अच्छे, वेरी गुड अमितेश, बहुत अच्छे बहुत अच्छे. श्रेयस गुप्ता, वेरी गुड. अमितेज हो गया, श्रेयस गुप्ता हो गया. देयर इज अ लाइफ विथ नेचर. कौन है ये लाइफ विथ नेचर? बट वेरी गुड, वेल डन। गौरांग तिवारी इज राइट। बहुत आसान क्वेश्चन है। आइदर यू डू इट बाय एडिशन और यू डू इट बाय मल्टीप्लिकेशन, द रिजल्ट विल बी सेम। ओके, तो हम एडिशन देखते हैं। हम थोड़ा यहाँ पे देखेंगे, यहाँ पे हो रहा है 32 से बढ़ रहा है, हियर बढ़ रहा है 30 से, तो श्योरली यहाँ से बड़ा होगा और 28 से बड़ा होगा। तो 28 से बड़ा होगा। अब देखो यहाँ पे 24 से बढ़ रहा है, मतलब जो मैं सोच रहा हूँ विच इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट। सो 156, तो यहाँ पे 26 से बड़ा होगा, सो विल बी 80, 182 इज द आंसर। आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज बी ऑप्शन। एक तो ये तरीका हो गया। अब थोड़ा और हम सोचेंगे, थोड़ा और मतलब डीप थिंकिंग करेंगे। स्टिल द आंसर इज 182। 132 क्या होता है? 132 इज 11 into 12। 132 is 11 into 12। 156 will be 12 into 13, तो श्योरली अगला टर्म जो होगा वो 13 into 14 तो होगा ही होगा। ओके, 13 into 14 is also 182। So answer for this question is 182। Okay, so this is how you do questions on series, right? Can we move on to next one? Finding it interesting? Thank you so much। 13 into 15 नहीं होगा, 13 into 14 होगा। 11 12 हो रहा है, 12 13 होगा। ओके ओके, अगला सवाल प्लीज। उधर उधर की बातें नहीं, सीधी क्वेश्चन पे हम देखते हैं। 13 into 14 होगा दिव्यांश, 13 into 15 नहीं होगा। ओके, मैं वेट कर रहा हूं अगले सवाल का, इसके बाद मैं पहुंचूंगा कोडिंग में। What is the next? What is the answer for this? Now this again is a tough one। एक इजी थी, एक थोड़ी टफ होगी। ओके, बताओ इसका आंसर क्या होगा? What is the answer for this question? 4 6 8, यहां तक तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था। 8 के बाद सीधा ड्रास्टिक जंप मारा 30 का, और 30 के बाद सीधा 112, यानी कि यहाँ पे जो होगी और बीच में जरूर मल्टीप्लीकेशन का एक चक्कर है। भले ही लग रहा है कि ये एक एडिशन है 4 6 8 तक, लेकिन उसके बाद इट हैज बिकम अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ मल्टीप्लीकेशन। ओके, सो दिस इज अ good question, by the way, a tough one but a good one। Tell me what is the answer? No, I'm still waiting for the answer। 4 6 8, 4 into 1 plus 2 is 6। 4 into 1 plus 2 is 6। ओके, अब अगला टर्म मैं आपको दे देता हूं। 6 into 2 minus 4 is 8। तो मल्टीप्लीकेशन हो रही है, एक एक से बढ़ रही है। एडिशन जो हो रही है, पहले एडिशन हो रही है, बाद में माइनस हो रही है। सो दिस इज 8। व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट टर्म आफ्टर 8? 8 into 3, 30 कैसे बन रही है? इंटू तो होगी होगी, मल्टीप्लीकेशन तो होनी होनी है, और प्लस 6 होगी। अब यहाँ पे बात आके जम गई, सीरीज यहाँ पे बन गया। इट इज 24 plus 6 is 30। क्लियर और नॉट? इट इज 30, राइट? Okay, so if I say over here it is 30, now what is the next term after 30? अब करो, कोई बात नहीं, बहुत आराम से हो जाएगी। 30 into 4 minus 8 is 112। 112 into 5 plus 10 is how much? 560 plus 10 is 570। Answer is option number 5। Okay, तो ये हो गई लेटर नंबर सीरीज की बात। एक क्वेश्चन लेटर सीरीज की करते हैं, राइट? लेट्स सी इफ यू कैन गेट दिस क्वेश्चन। बहुत आसान क्वेश्चन है ये। Okay, what is the answer for this question? Please tell me। इसका आंसर मुझे चाहिए आप लोग से। What is the answer for this question? WXCD, UVEF, STGH, QRIJ. What is the next term? तो ध्यान से देखो यहाँ पे WX फिर UV, तो सीरीज को हाफ ऑफ कर दो, आप डिवाइड कर दो. इफ यू सी डिवाइड इट, then you will find some kind of pattern over here. Okay, so UV, then ST, then QR, then surely it will be OP. Okay, अब OP जब आ गई है तो क्या आप अगले वाले देखोगे CDEF क्या है, वो देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, so it will be CDEF GH IJ KL होगा ही होना है. So it will be option number A. अब अगर आप CDEF GH IJ से करते तो KL दो ऑप्शन में होता है, यानी कि आपको जो क्रैक करना होगा, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कि व्हाट पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन आई क्रैक so that my job gets easy, and it gets easy to eliminate the wrong options. Okay, तो अब देखो यहाँ पे CDEF GH IJ आ रहा है तो KL तो होना ही होना है, तो या तो ऑप्शन 1 होगा या ऑप्शन 2 होगा, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है. राइट, ये दोनों तो बेकार वाले ऑप्शन है, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल. ओके, बट इफ यू सी ओवर हियर, नाउ हियर यहाँ पे गेम है WX, then UV, then ST, then QR, then surely it will be OP over here, so OP KL will be answer. रिवर्स में जा रही है in the series. Okay, right, so answer for this question is OPKL. Right, can we move on to the next question now? Right, okay, yes, what is the answer for this one? अब इस तरह के क्वेश्चन में होती है, बहुत दर्दनाक क्वेश्चन होती है. Very good. In fact, I leave you that you should attempt this question. Okay, now this is the toughest question in series because you have to fit in each option. And अगर fourth option निकला, then it becomes a time taking. So whenever you get these kind of series, it's better that you take it to the next round. You do not attempt it in the first round. Okay, you have to follow some kind of pattern, whether the pattern is followed or not. तो मैं देखता हूँ, मैं फर्स्ट ऑप्शन चेक करता हूँ, XPZXX, यानी कि अगर मैं यहाँ पे रखूँ X, then P, then Z, then X, then X. देखते हैं कुछ बन रहा है कि नहीं. XYXZPX, XYXZPX, XYXZPX. ओके, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन अपना लक अच्छा था. सो दिस इज यस, एक सीरीज बन रही है XYXZPX, XYXZPX and something like this. So this is the correct option. Right, so these are the kinds of questions which are usually asked in the series part. Okay, can we move on to the next part of our lecture, which is the question on coding and decoding. So what do we mean by coding? How do you define a coding part? Coding means a particular set of letters is given and a decoded form is given, and a particular logic is followed when the decoded form is made from the coded form. Right, if that be the case, then in the question, if that same logic is followed, then what will be the code? That is the process, or that is the purpose of asking these kind of questions. Okay, and there can be number of types which I'll discuss by and by when we go through the questions. So some of the pertinent things which you should know, okay, in codes. I'll teach you one very important tip. Okay, now if I say A's code is 1, B's code is 2, okay, C's code is 3. So you're understanding that the first letter is, this letter is C, the code is 3, the letter is D, the code is 4. Right, so these are the position values of alphabets, and होते होते यहाँ पे क्या आ रहा है, Z is 26. Right or not? Similarly, can I write A's code to be 26 and B's code to be 25 and C's code to be 24 and D's code to be 23 and so on and so forth? Z's code is 1. Can I say this? Okay, so if I can say this, now if you understand this logic, you can code any letter in one shot. Okay, from the front side, which means from 1, 2, 3, 4 side, or from the back side, 26, 25, 24 side, in one shot. you notice over here in coding, if you notice over here, you are seeing that position of any letter, the sum of those position values is always 27. These are some of the tips in attacking these kind of questions. The sum of any position values is always 27. Okay, so if I tell you that what is the code of E from the back side or X from the front side or back side, then how do you do that? It's very important technique, a very simple technique which you should learn, that is a concept of Ijoti technique. Right? If you know Ijoti technique, you will get these answers of codes of letters very fast. What do I mean by Ijoti? From the front side, the code of E is 5, J is 10, O is 15, T is 20, and Y is 25. Can I say this? Right. So if you see over here, so if you want to code any letter, you just follow this Ijoti technique, and the letters near that you can code it accordingly in your own way. Right. By this technique, if I say what is the code of Q from the back side, you will say, okay, O is 15, so Q must be 17. From the back side, it will be 10, because front and back side, the sum of the codes is always 27. So Q is near O. O is 15, Q must be 17. From the front side is 17, from the back side it is 27 minus 17, which is equal to 10. So this way you can code any letter very fast. Right? I hope you are understanding this. Okay. 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 So 27 minus 17 is 10. Right. So next, if I tell you, say take any letter, say code L. So L comes near J, so J is 10, L is 12, L is 12 from the front, back is 15. You can do like this. This kind of questions is used in series as well. Okay, you will understand when you do these kind of questions. But if you learn this Ijoti technique, you can code any alphabets from the front side or from the reverse side or from the back side or reverse side, whatever you say this. Okay, it's the purpose is to understand. Okay. So can we move ahead now with the questions? So I've given you 3 questions over here, right? It's a group of 3 questions. So take these questions one by one. Let's see if we can get it. Yes, it's an easy question. Let's see. Okay. What is the code? Mirage is coded as OKTCIG. What else is table coded in that code? How do you code this? So you see over here, how is OKTCIG made from Mirage? If you do this one, then half the job is done. Although the question is easy, but the options are very, very close. बहुत close है options. A option, B option, C option, and D option is V, C, D, and F. So I'll write it over here just to avoid the confusion. V, C, D, and F. And here the D option is O, B, N, S, F, P, G. Okay. So how do you approach this? What should we do over here? So in the first case, it's very easy. M becomes O by moving 2 steps forward. Okay. M becomes O by moving 2 steps forward. I becomes K by moving 2 steps forward. So now the job is done. You don't have to do too much. Okay. You just see that table is coded as what? T is V, A is C, B is D, L is N, and E is G. So V, C, D, and G. So A is the correct option. You have to keep up with the pace of the thinking. If you have thought it that okay, it moves 2 steps ahead, do not waste too much time. Okay. Now code for grouping is HOJQVPSH. What will be the code of foreman? The only job is to find how has grouping become HOJQVPSH. Okay. How will you do that? The third question, I leave it to you. You can try it, but I'll give you the clue. So how does grouping has become HOJQVPSH? HOJQVPSH बनी कैसे? Okay. How has it become HOJQVPSH? प्रणाम प्रणाम. ओके ये बात तो सही है. ओके कैन आई मूव एट नाउ? कैन आई गिव द आंसर? Grouping has become HOJQVPSH कैसे? Okay, so I'll take it up in the next page. So बहुत ही कॉम्प्लेक्स है बट इसे हम लिख देते हैं पहले. GROUPING. I'll give you the way of attacking the question. Okay, then you can mark the option. Okay, has become what? HOJQVPSH. कैसे करें? What should we do now here? If you see over here, G has become H. G has become H. R has become O. No, nothing is happening. But N can become O. तो अब बात समझ में आई है यहाँ पे. What is the logic of solving this question? How can you solve this question? Grouping has become HOJQVPSH. बताओ कैसे करें? ओके कोहली के बारे में वो डिस्कस कर लेंगे बाद में. कैसे करें? वेरी सिंपल. व्हाट यू कैन डू इज इसको रिवर्स कर दो. सो इट बिकम्स GNIPUORG and now GNIPUORG. सो G रिवर्स कर दिया मैंने और उसको एक एक आगे बढ़ा दी. सो नाउ इट बिकम्स HOJQVPSH. दिस इज द कोड. नाउ फोरमैन को कोड करना ज्यादा बड़ी बात नहीं है, ज्यादा इसमें कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है. सिर्फ ये जानना है कि ये बनी कैसे है, इसमें ये बनी कैसे है. द मोमेंट यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस, द हाफ ऑफ योर जॉब इज डन. Okay, so the answer, whatever the answer, you mark the answer. Okay, I am waiting for the correct answers. Let's see. What is the answer for this question? Yes, four-man. उल्टा कर देते हैं. O B then N F S P G. O B N F S P G. So D is the option, correct option. Okay, right. So fourth option is the correct one. आगे चलते हैं. इसको मैं बताऊंगा नहीं, ये आप लोग करोगे. सिर्फ कोई somebody give me the hint कि कैसे हम इस क्वेश्चन को करें. थर्ड क्वेश्चन को हम करें कैसे? How will you do this question? How will you do this question? Clarity DND VNZF summer का क्या कोड होगा? How will you do this? So I will just tell you the clue. You can attempt the question yourself and then we will move to other kind of coding question. Clarity is DND VNZF. So C goes ahead by +1. LMN. So it has moved by +2. Okay. So it is +2. Right. A is BCD. So +3. So the letters are moving by +1 1 position, then 2 position, then 3 position, then 4 position and so on and so forth. और उसी लॉजिक से समर का कोड होगा. क्रैक द कोड योरसेल्फ. I will not give the answer, it's for you to do, having understood कि हो क्या रहा है in the first part. This ये जो डबल साइन है इसको आप कंफ्यूज मत हो कि रेशियो का साइन है. This matches with this, then summer matches with what? Clarity matches with the letter D and D, V and ZF. तो summer किससे मैच करता है? That's what you have to think. Clear or not? Right? Okay. Can we move ahead now? Okay. Now this is a classic question. Now if anybody can get this one, I'll be most happy person. Quiet is coded as RAOIV. Then what is the code of burial? Quiet is coded as RAOIV. Then what is the code for burial? How will you do this question? QUIET is RAOIV. कैसे करें? A very difficult question again. Questions are not straightforward कि +1 आगे बढ़ती है पीछे जाती है, something like this. कभी कभी कुछ weird से logic भी आ जाते हैं ऐसे तरह के questions. Okay. Quiet is coded as RAOIV. Then what is the code of burial? Options are CASOEM, okay, CASOEN, CATOEM, DASOEM. Please try this. How will I do this question? सिंपल है. आप U और E की तरफ ध्यान दो. UIE की तरफ, ये 3 लेटर्स पे ध्यान दो. U के बाद आ रहा है A, I के बाद आ रहा है O, E के बाद आ रहा है I. Now what are these UIE? They are what? They are vowels. तो U के बाद आ रहा है E, A, वावल के बाद वावल, I के बाद एक वावल, I के बाद आ रहा है O, वावल, E के बाद आ रहा है वावल I. सो ये तो बन गई बात. Q and T. Q के बाद, Q क्या है? कॉन्सोनेंट. Q is a, so वावल कॉन्सोनेंट का हिसाब भी लग सकता है, राइट? सो दिस इज समवॉट डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन. Q के बाद अगला कॉन्सोनेंट क्या है? R. और T के बाद अगला कॉन्सोनेंट क्या है? V. यानी कि वावल के बाद अगला वावल, कॉन्सोनेंट के बाद अगला कॉन्सोनेंट. T के बाद U नहीं है, T के बाद V है. T के बाद U आता तो U तो वावल हो जाती ना. तो लॉजिक ये है कि कॉन्सोनेंट के बाद अगला कॉन्सोनेंट, वावल के बाद अगला वावल. दैट इज द लॉजिक हियर. दिस कैन आल्सो बी काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन इन कोडिंग. दिस इज द सेकंड काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन वेयर दिस इज नॉट अ स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड कोडिंग कि भाई +1 है या -1 है या इजॉटी टेक्निक है, राइट? दिस इज another kind of, I'm exposing you to various kinds of questions which might be asked, okay, in coding. Okay, the next one is, you can try this question yourself. This is again a tough question. Okay, direction is called ERIDDNOIT. So you can pause this video for some time and then you can try this question yourself. I am pausing it for some time, but I can guarantee you that if anybody gets this one correct, it's a good question, by the way, right? Adha logic wala hai, half this side, half other side. So the question becomes a little bit difficult. So you can try this question yourself. One question I've given you, quite wala, then you can try this one. I'm quickly moving on to the next question. Okay, so what is the next question? Now this is another kind of coding which is commonly asked, right? So go through the question while I pause the video for some time. In a certain code language, C-po-re means book is thick, right? T-na-re means bag is heavy. Kasi means interesting book. Deti means that bag. What would mean by that is interesting? How will you do this question? How will you do this question? Now in these kind of questions, this is one-to-one coding. So C po re means book is thick, T na re means bag is heavy. So that is interesting. What is the code? So you have to break the code properly and then you have to do the question. Like if you see in the first one, here is common in the first and second statements. And which is the common code here in is, which is common to both of them? It is re. Because here in the first case it is book is thick, bag is heavy. So bag heavy, book thick, they are exclusive, but is common in both the things. So we can say that the code for is re. Okay, is re. Okay, now second one, that is interesting. Interesting book. Okay, now if you see the first and the third one, book is thick and interesting book. So first and third, book word is common. And what is the common code here? Sipore and Kasi. So which means I can say that C is book, so Ka is interesting. All the time my attention is focused on doing the question, not in cracking all the code. Okay, so Re and Ka have been done, but still two options are there. B and D are gone, but still you have to see whether D is the option or A is the option. Now what is the code for that? Now if you see this one, T na Re and De T. So T na Re and De T. Okay, so I have to find the code of bag. So if I find the code of bag, I will eliminate that and I will get the code of that from the fourth code. Okay, so bag is heavy, that bag. So T na Re and De T, which means bag is T. Bag is T. So quickly I can say that that is De. De is that. So that is interesting, which means De, Re and Ka. So answer is clear or not? This is how you do questions, by eliminating the codes within itself. Now don't do R&D for the whole question that you have. It's your job to find the code of book and thick and is and heavy. No, you don't have to do this. You have to focus all the time on the question. Question में क्या पूछ रहा है? Question पूछ रहा है that is interesting. तो all the time आपका attention that is interesting पे होना चाहिए, ना कि इधर उधर की बातों पे. Clear or not? Right? Okay, so the answer for this question is that is interesting. का answer है De, Re, Ka. So A is the correct option. Can we move on to the next similar question to this one? What is the answer for this? I am eagerly awaiting the answer for this question. Same kind of question, but now I put letters over here. In a certain code, 786 means study very hard, 958 means hard work pays, okay, 645 means study and work. Which digit stands for very? The answer options are 7, 8, 6 and 9. तो आपको निकालना है कि वेरी का कोड क्या है. तो एक चीज देखो, वेरी कहाँ आ रहा है? वेरी आ रहा है 786. तो 786 में से डी ऑप्शन तो इलॉजिकल, ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता. D cannot be possible. It has to be either 7 or 8 or 6. Okay. तो अब एक चीज देखो, फर्स्ट और सेकेंड में क्या कॉमन है? हार्ड इज कॉमन, स्टडी वेरी हार्ड, हार्ड वर्क पेज. तो हार्ड का कोड जो है वो 8 होगा श्योरली. ओके, सो आई पुट हार्ड एज 8. तो मतलब 8 भी नहीं होगा. तो आंसर या तो 7 या 6 होगा. स्टडी वेरी हार्ड एंड स्टडी एंड वर्क. सो 786, 645. राइट. तो स्टडी एंड वर्क, स्टडी वेरी हार्ड, 645. तो हम कह सकते हैं कि दोनों में स्टडी कॉमन है, यानी कि स्टडी का कोड क्या होगा? स्टडी का कोड होगा 6. तो इफ स्टडी का कोड होगा 6 तो वेरी का कोड हो जाएगा 7. आंसर इज ए ऑप्शन. क्लियर और नॉट? राइट, स्टडी का कोड होगा ए ऑप्शन. यस, बहुत सारे बच्चों ने जवाब दिया है, वेरी गुड। कुछ कुछ ने गलती दी है बट यस, बहुत सारे बच्चों ने सही जवाब दिया है, वेल डन। यस यस, वेरी गुड। कॉमन लेटर्स नहीं कहेंगे, कॉमन डिजिट्स एंड कॉमन वर्ड। डिजिट और वर्ड को हटाएंगे और अपने आप ही आंसर निकल आएगा। ओके, राइट, सिद्धार्थ ने सही जवाब दिया है, कृष्णा ने भी सही जवाब दिया है, वेरी गुड। ओके, और भी भाई कई सारे बच्चों ने जवाब दिया, यस। अमितोज ने गलत जवाब दिया, आकर्ष इज राइट ओवर हियर, वेरी गुड। Okay, can we move ahead now? So these are the kinds of questions on coding. Okay, can we move ahead now? The third kind of topic which is commonly asked is blood relation. Now what is this blood relation all about? How do you define this blood relation kind of questions? Blood relation means a set of statements is given, right? Based on the statement, you have to say ki what relation has that person with the person given in the question. Very simple, right? But some things have to be kept in mind while attacking questions of blood relation. What are the things? Whenever you attempt questions of blood relation, think of you as the person from which the question is asked. Very simple. Now, you are made from your father and mother. Your mother is made from their father and mother, and your father is made from their father and mother. Very simple. You have there, so you have got a brother as well, a sister as well. Okay. First and foremost, learn to assign codes for male and female. So what I normally do when I do questions on blood relation, I assign imaginary symbols. So if I am a male, then I put a sign like this. If I have got a sister, I'll put a sign like this. If I have a sister, then the sign is something like this. If husband and wife, then I put a plus sign in front of this. So it is this one, and this is this one, this is one, and this one. Right? First things, learn to assign codes in blood relation questions. Second thing is, other than your direct relation, one generation above or two generation above, right, is your father or your mother is one generation above you, right? But other than that, everybody one generation above is either your uncle or your aunt. So that makes the job a little bit easy, which means father's brother is your uncle, mother's brother is also your uncle. Whether the question says ki paternal uncle or maternal uncle, that you have to see in the question, right? But generally we assume that everybody other than your father or mother, one generation above is your uncle, if it is a male, or aunt if it is a female. Clear or not? That you have to be very clear. Right? Now, how do you attack questions of blood relation? There are two kinds of questions. One is a direct question when a straight line relation has to be formed. Right? The second kind of question is we can say a caselet. See, 4-5 facts are given. Based on that, वो 4-5 facts के basis पे आपको set based questions attempt करने हैं. Clear or not? So let's move on to specific question types. Okay. If Akshay is the brother of son of Sunil's son, what relationship is there between Akshay and Sunil? If Akshay is the brother of the son of Sunil's son, what relationship is there with Akshay and Sunil? Okay, very simple. Now, Akshay is the brother of son of Sunil's son. So, attack the question from the right hand side, move on to the left hand side. Sunil's son is Sunil's son. son of Sunil's son is Sunil's grandson, right? Son of Sunil's son is Sunil's grandson. Now do these things in your mind. Don't talk it over it in an exam, but think it over in the mind. Sunil's son is Sunil's son. Son of Sunil's son जो होगा वो सुनील का ग्रैंडसन होगा. ब्रदर ऑफ सुनील का ग्रैंडसन भी सुनील का ग्रैंडसन ही होगा, और वो कौन है? अक्षय है. विच मीन्स अक्षय जो होगा वो सुनील का ग्रैंडसन होगा. ओके, अब यहां पे दे रहा है आंसर इज ग्रैंडसन. ओके, इस क्वेश्चन को दूसरी तरह से भी चेंज किया जा सकता है. व्हाट इज अक्षय टू सुनील? व्हाट इज द रिलेशन ऑफ अक्षय टू सुनील? अगर ऐसा होता तो आंसर आपका होता ग्रैंडसन, विच इज परफेक्ट. अगर यहां पे ऑप्शन ग्रैंडफादर होता फिर भी आपका आंसर ग्रैंडसन ही होता, क्योंकि आपको अक्षय का रिलेशन बताना है, सुनील का नहीं. राइट? अक्षय जो है वो सुनील का ग्रैंडसन है. अगर यहां पे पूछता व्हाट इज द रिलेशन ऑफ सुनील टू अक्षय, तो आपका आंसर होता ग्रैंडफादर. इंस्टेड ऑफ ऑप्शन ए, अगर नेफ्यू की बजाय ग्रैंडफादर होता तब आप मार्क करते ग्रैंडफादर. जो फर्स्ट पर्सन जो है उसका रिलेशन आपको बताना है इन द एग्जाम, नॉट द सेकंड पर्सन. व्हाट इज द रिलेशन ऑफ अक्षय टू सुनील? अगर यहां पे ऑप्शन होता ग्रैंडसन एज वेल एज ग्रैंडफादर, तो आप लिखते ग्रैंडसन. व्हाट इज द रिलेशन ऑफ सुनील टू अक्षय? तो आप कहोगे सुनील इज द ग्रैंडफादर ऑफ अक्षय, तो आपका आंसर होता ग्रैंडफादर. ये क्वेश्चन तो आसान हो गया. इट इज रिलेशन बिटवीन अक्षय एंड सुनील, एंड देयर इज ओनली वन ऑप्शन व्हिच इज 2 generations down, which is grandson. So the question is easy, but these are the tricks which you should know. Okay, right? So answer for the first question is grandson. What is the answer for the second question? Please tell me. If P is the mother of Q and R and S is the husband of R, then how is P related to S? कैसे करें? हम कहेंगे यार P is the mother of Q and R. So P is the mother of Q and R. P is the mother of Q and R. So P is a female. And S is the husband of R. So S is a male and R is a female. So how is P related to S? So P is the mother-in-law. How is P related to S? तो यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन है mother-in-law भी है, son-in-law भी है. S is the son-in-law of P, but P is the mother-in-law of S. The answer is should be the mother-in-law. It should not be son-in-law. Please keep in mind these small things when you attempt these kind of questions. Okay, so answer for this question is mother-in-law. Right? Okay. So नहीं, cousin नहीं होगा. नहीं, cousin नहीं होगा, C नहीं होगा. Right. गौरांग ने सही कहा है. It is A is the answer. Okay. Can we move ahead? आकर्ष ने भी सही कहा है. Well done. Shreyas is right as always. Okay. Now what is the answer for this question? ध्यान से इस क्वेश्चन का जवाब दीजिए. A is the brother of B, right? B is the sister of C. C is the father of D. How is D related to A? जल्दी बताओ. So you can say A is the brother of B. Okay, let me see if anybody can do this question. I'll surely say the answer, but you can tell me the question. Okay, A is the brother of B. A is the brother of B. So put a arrow sign. B is the sister of C. So B is a female sister of C. And C is the father of D. C is the father of D. So C is the father of D. How is D related to A? How is D related to A? So surely A is a female. So A D का अंकल होगा, चाचा जिसे कहते हैं. अब यहां पे आप लोग एज्यूम करोगे कि और मार्क कर दोगे कि D is a nephew of A. No, nephew is not the answer because D का जेंडर में पता नहीं है ना. So answer will be cannot be determined. We do not know the gender of D. 99% of the students will mark the answer to be nephew. And I am seeing in the options as well, I am seeing the chats as well. Majority of the बच्चों ने यहाँ पे nephew लिख के आ गए हैं. Nephew is not the answer because D's gender is not determined over here. So answer for this question is cannot be determined. Very simple. Okay, so this is one kind of questions. Now, this is a case and this case has 4 questions. Okay, so how will you do this question? There is a family of 6 members, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. There are 2 married couples in the family. There are 3 generations. Each member has a distinct choice of color amongst green, yellow. Now this is a case. How will you attempt these kind of questions? You have to write the facts properly and then you have to crack the case. Okay. So in the next page I am seeing the case over here. There are 2 questions which are asked. How many male members are there in the family? Which of the following is true about F? How many male members are there in the family? So make a note of the question and which of the following is true about F. तो कैसे करें हम? Very simple. पहले हम जैसे आया वैसे वैसे हम करते जा रहे हैं. There are 2 married couples and 3 generations. तो 3 generations, ठीक है. लेडी मेंबर को ग्रीन और व्हाइट पसंद नहीं है तो पुट अ साइन एंड पुट से दैट ग्रीन और व्हाइट इनको पसंद नहीं है. ओके. C who likes black color is the daughter-in-law of E. तो जल्दी जल्दी हम करते हैं. C who likes black color is the daughter-in-law of E. Okay. Okay. B is the brother of F and son of D likes pink. A is the grandmother of F. तो obvious सी बात है. अब मुझे पता लग गया है कि B is the brother of F and A is the grandmother of F. तो यहाँ पे A होगा और यहाँ पे F होगा. Okay. And B is the brother of F. तो यहाँ पे F हो गया. B हो गया. B is the brother of F and son of D. So D is a male. और इनके बच्चे हैं F और B. B is the brother of F and son of D and likes pink. So B likes pink. Okay. B is the brother of F and son of D likes pink. Okay. A is the grandmother. So A is a female and E is a male. A is the grandmother of F and F को red पसंद नहीं है. So you can put a red and put a cross sign. Okay. The husband has a choice of green color and his wife likes yellow color. तो obviously बात है, this is a green color and this is yellow color. Okay, ये आ गया. अब देखो यहाँ पे B को पिंक है, C ब्लैक है, F को रेड पसंद है यानी कि D को रेड पसंद है. और अगर D को रेड पसंद है तो F को व्हाइट पसंद होगा बिकॉज व्हाइट इज द ओनली कलर लेफ्ट. एंड सिंस F को व्हाइट पसंद है और लेडी मेंबर को व्हाइट पसंद नहीं है यानी कि F मस्ट बी अ मेल मेंबर. So how many male members are there in the family? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 male members in the family. There are 4 male members in the family. So I'll mark the answer to be 4 here. Which of the following is true about F? F is the brother of B. So F is the brother of B. As you are seeing this, F is the brother of B. So answer for the second question is brother of B. So these kind of questions are asked in the blood relation. They can be a single question, they can be a caselet based question as well. Clear or not? So this is how you attempt questions on blood relation. Now quickly move on to the direction questions. Okay. So in direction questions, if you see over here, when you see direction questions are basically questions based on finding the direction and finding the direction as well as distance, and the third is shadow based questions. Okay, so how will you attempt the questions on direction and distance? How will you do that? Right, so we will do the question one by one. We'll take up these points one by one quickly. You know all these things, it's just that you have to be thoughtful as to what should I do to crack the question. Okay, knowing it and cracking the question are two different things. So I am making that process a little bit easy. Okay, so what we can do is direction में कैसे होता है. Suppose करो सबसे पहले तो आपको ये करना है एक ये बना दो, हमेशा बनाने की जरूरत नहीं, जब आप क्लियर हो जाओगे तो बनाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। एज ए बिगिनर आप बना सकते हो, दिस इज नॉर्थ, दिस इज साउथ, दिस इज ईस्ट, दिस इज वेस्ट. Okay, you should know this one. Okay, now if you see over here, if you move to the right, if you move to the east, right, you move in this direction, say east. Now somebody says that you turn to your right. So when are you moving? You are moving to south or north? You are moving to the south. You again turn right, and where are you moving? You are moving to the west. Okay. You again turn right and you are moving to the north direction. Again to turn to right, you are moving to the east direction. What do I mean by this? When you move to the right, then you are moving clockwise. So right is always clockwise and left is always anti-clockwise. That you should know. In addition to moving to east, west, north, south, there are questions of right as well as left. So when you move to the right, which means you are moving clockwise. When you move to the left, you move anti-clockwise. That you should know. So A clockwise means anti-clockwise. Okay. When you have to calculate a distance, then you should know the importance of Pythagoras theorem, which I think everybody knows. From class 7 you are learning this. You should know the importance of Pythagoras theorem as well. Okay. And the third kind of question is a shadow based question, जो मैं आपको अभी बताऊंगा through attacking the questions. Okay. तो पहले एक simple question करते हैं. Okay. Do this question, let's see. From his house, Lovely went 15 kilometers to the north. So you just put the direction on 15 kilometers north. Quickly do this. Then he turned west and covered 10 kilometers. Okay, 10 kilometers. Then he turned south and covered 5. Okay, so he covered 5. Finally turning to east, he covered 10. So he covered 10. So he again come here. Now in which direction is he with respect to his house? Right, this was his house, now is he here? He is directly north. So answer for this question is C option. Clear or not? The answer for this question is C option. Easy question. This is a straight case question. Second question, we do it very fast. Rajan walks 20 meters north. Okay, then he turns right. So he walks 20 meters north and then he turns right. So he walks 20 meters north and then he turns right. So he walks 30. So he move to this side, 30. Then he turns right and walks 35. So here he walks 35. Right. Then he turns left and walks 15. Okay, he walks 15. So left is anti-clockwise. Okay, 15. Okay, let me see this. We'll do this once again. Rajan walks 20 meters north. Then he turns right and he walks 30. Then he turns right and walks 35. Then he turns left and he walks 15. Right, and here he again turns left and walks 15. So he is coming here. Okay, so now he is here with respect to his here position, this position. This was his initial position. So how much is he here? He is in the east direction and it is 30 and 15, which is 45. So answer for this question is 45 meter east, or D is the correct option. So the moment you make one mistake, which I made a small mistake, it goes haywire. So you have to be very careful when you draw the diagram. Right? Right is clockwise, left is anti-clockwise, and east, west, north, south you are very much well aware of. Okay. Now the second question is the question on shadows. What is this shadows thing all about? Okay. Okay. So what is this shadow thing all about? In the morning, when the sun is in the east direction, and if you are this side facing north, then your shadow is in the west direction. It's very easy. In the morning when the sun is in this is east and this is west. So in the morning if the sun is in the east direction and you are facing north, then your shadow is into the west direction. Now what is west with respect to this person, say A? To the left, right? So if the person is in the north direction and the sun is in the east direction, the shadow is moving to the left of that person. But if he is facing south direction and still the shadow is in this direction, we can say that it is to the right of the person, right? So you don't have to remember this thing. In the morning, if you are facing north, then your shadow is to the left of you. Conversely, if the shadow is to the left of you, then you are facing north direction if in the morning. And if you are in the south, facing the south direction, the shadow is to the right of you. Very easy. But the situation reverses afternoon. In the afternoon, the sun is in the west direction. Your shadow is in the east direction, opposite to that. So if you are facing north, your shadow is to your right. If you are facing north, the shadow is to your right. And if you are facing south, the shadow is to your left. Right? Clear or not? One evening, Rama and Ajay were talking to each other face to face. Okay. If the shadow of Ajay was exactly to the right of Ajay, okay, then in which direction was Rama facing? So sun is in the west direction. Okay. So if I am facing north, then my shadow is to the right of me. So right of Ajay ki shadow, which means Ajay is facing north. So if Ajay is facing north and Ajay and Rama are facing each other, then Rama must be facing south. So answer for this question is south. Clear or not? This is how you do questions on shadows. And you don't have to remember a single thing. Just remember shadow left or right ka banti hai. In the east direction when the sun, your shadow is on the west direction. If you are facing north, it is to your left. When you are facing south, it is to your right. The situation just reverses when it is in the afternoon. Okay, so make a small picture of the sun and it will take hardly 20 seconds. Fix up the shadow whether left or right, then you can decide ki bhai, answer is either north or south. East or west ka to koi point hi nahi. Two options you can easily eliminate. Clear or not? Okay. So the answer for this question is D option. हर क्वेश्चन ऐसे ही आ जाए पेपर में, हर क्वेश्चन ऐसे ठीक है. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल कि हर क्वेश्चन ऐसे ही आ जाए. ऐसे का मतलब क्या है, टफ है कि इजी है. कुछ क्वेश्चन तो टफ थे आज, कुछ क्वेश्चन इजी थे, राइट? ओके, लेट्स सी. Try this question yourself. I'm not doing this question, right? I'm not doing this question, but I'm pausing the video for some time so that when you get the notes as well, you can attempt this question, but I'm pausing this video for some time. I will not tell the answer. Let me make it very clear. I will not tell the answer, but I'll look at some of your comments and then we can move forward. I'll not take too much of time. And if there are any leftover topics, we can continue tomorrow. So don't worry. Right. So can I move on? You can pause the video and then you can see and decide as to what is the question. But this is an exact replica of the last question, except that this time it is in sunrise. So sun is in the east direction. Okay. So answer A and B to chala jayega. Either C and D will be the answer. Okay. So I'm moving on to the next question. You can try it yourself. Okay. Now the questions on sitting arrangement is same as the questions on direction. So sitting arrangement and directions are same kind of questions. Okay. So what is this sitting arrangement all about? Generally, the questions which are asked in exams are like this. If you are sitting in a straight line or if you are sitting in a circle. Now make sure to know these points which are very much important. Okay. If you are sitting in a circle, which means your direction, the arrows are pointing in the same direction. So this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E. I make these directions. I can say that B is to the right of A, C जो होगा B के right में होगा, D जो होगा C के right में होगा, E जो होगा वो D के right में होगा. Conversely, D जो होगा E के left में होगा and something like this. But if I make these persons sit in a circle, it's just मैं इसको join कर दे रहा हूँ. So I can do like this: A, B, C, D and E. So A, B, C, D and E. Now right and left का सवाल है, यहाँ पे ध्यान से देखो. When the people are sitting in a circle and they are facing each other, or facing towards the center of the circle. एक circular table है, सब एक दूसरे की तरफ देख रहे हैं, यानी कि दे आर फेसिंग द सेंटर. तो एग्जाम में कुछ ना कहे तो समझ जाओ फेसिंग द सेंटर. अगर फेसिंग द सेंटर है तो आप देखो क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे. ए के लेफ्ट में कौन है? बी. बी के लेफ्ट में है सी, सी के लेफ्ट में है डी, डी के लेफ्ट में ई. सिमिलरली ए के राइट में क्या है? ई, ई के राइट में डी एंड समथिंग लाइक दिस. सो इफ दे आर फेसिंग द सेंटर, if somebody says कि भाई to the left, so we can say that left is anti-clockwise, you have to move anti-clockwise, and left is clockwise and right is anti-clockwise. Okay, if they are facing the center. If they are facing the center, then we can say that left is clockwise and right is anti-clockwise. Very clear. But if they are facing outwards, ऐसा भी हो सकता है, लेकिन वो कह दिया जाएगा क्वेश्चन में. If they are facing outwards like this, if they are facing outwards, then we can say कि it is normal service. A, B. So right is clockwise and left is anti-clockwise. And left is anti-clockwise. But more often than not in your examination, most of the questions will be facing the center. The toughest kind of question which will not be asked, which I will not be discussing, is the questions when some persons are facing the center and some persons are sitting outside, looking outside the circle, right? Facing outwards. That is a difficult kind of question that will not be asked, so don't worry about those things. Simple is, if nothing is given, then you have to assume that they are facing the center, right? But more often than not, it will be given in the question that whether they are facing the center or moving outwards. Okay, so let's do one or two questions. So P, Q, R, S, T are sitting in a circle facing the center. Okay, it's given facing the center. R is the immediate left of T. Okay, P is between S and T, so between S and T. So here it must be Q. Who is the immediate left of R? It is Q. Answer is B option. Very simple. Clear or not? Right? So you can do this question in one shot. The answer is B option. Okay. Right? Okay. I'll take up one more question. Let's see. 6 friends A, B, C, D, E, F are sitting in a closed circle facing the center. So A is facing D. So if I do like this, A is facing. So if 6 persons are like this, you can make this arrangement like this. Okay. So you can make the arrangement like this. So A is facing D. So just put A and D with a blank mind. C is between A and B. Okay, so C is between A and B, so it can be like this. C is between A and B, it can be like this, or C is between A and B, it can be like this as well. On the other side of the table as well. F is between E and A, so F is between E and A, so F is between E and A here, and F is between E and A here, right? So who is to the immediate left of B? So to the left of B here in this case it is D, and to the left of B it is C. Answer will be D option, either C or D. There can be two options. Two options are possible. Clear or not? There can be two options, right? So C, either C or D can be possible. Okay, and here we are moving to the last. This question you can try it yourself, or if you can try it, well and good, and then we can close for the day, and then we'll do some questions on analytical reasoning and cube and dice and clocks and calendars tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow. So this is the last of the questions of sitting arrangement. Let's see if you can get it. So do it very fast. Okay. आप लोग अभी नेफ्यू पे ही अटके पड़े हो. Okay. A is sitting next to B. See, now it is a straight case question. D is not sitting with E, who is on the left end of the bench. Okay. So E is here. Okay. A is to the right of B and E. Okay. So D is not sitting with E. C is sitting with D. C and D are together. Okay. And C, so there are 5 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So D is not here. C and D are together. Okay. C is second position from the right. C is on the second position from the right. So C is second position from the right. A is to the right of B and E. Okay. A is to the right of B and E. So which means B has to be here and A has to be here, because the C and D will be here. So this is the position. A, E, B, A, C, D is your answer. In which position is A sitting? A is sitting between B and C, and B is the option. This is the answer. Okay. So what we are going to do tomorrow, a little bit of logical reasoning, analytical reasoning we can say, the other kind of questions like scheduling. We'll do a little bit of clocks and calendars, cube and dice, and also non-verbal reasoning. We have done 5 topics today. We'll do 4 or 5 topics tomorrow. Thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to all of you. I hope you enjoyed the session as much as I enjoyed presenting it to you. I am seeing the responses as well, and it is very good responses. Yes. Okay. So let's meet tomorrow with another of those wonderful sessions on logical reasoning, where we will be discussing questions on analytical reasoning, cube and dice, which is a very important, calendars, primarily clocks sometimes, but calendars are very much important, and we'll also touching a little bit of non-verbal reasoning questions as well. So this will be the agenda for tomorrow. Thank you so much. Wonderful teaching you, wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much, and bye for now. Thank you.